Australians love medium SUVs. There's a news flash that will surprise absolutely nobody. We keep buying them in ever-increasing numbers, and the 2021 Honda CR-V enters that incredibly competitive segment against the likes of Toyota RAV4, the hybrid specifically, incredibly popular at the moment, and of course, the segment favourite Mazda CX-5. Now for me, Honda has always been a premium and aspirational brand. Let's take a drive and find out if it still is. Our VTi-L starts from $40,490 before on-road costs, and we've got no options on our test vehicle either, so what you see here is what you get. Peak power for the 1.5 litre, which is 140 kilowatts, comes in at 5,600 RPM, while peak torque of 240 Newton meters is available between 2,000 and 5,000 RPM. The turbocharged four-cylinder is mated to a CVT, which is one of the smoother and most intuitive examples we've tested from any manufacturer. The ADR fuel claim on the combined cycle is 7.4 litres per 100 kilometres, and on test, the CR-V used an indicated 8 litres per 100 kilometres, which is impressively close to the ideal figure. You'd expect this cabin to be premium, and it is. It's typically Honda, and what I mean by that is it's typically well put together, it's insulated, it's quiet, and it does feel premium. I like the execution of the dash. Even though this stitching up here isn't real, it's impressed into the rubber, it still looks pretty good. There's not a lot of high gloss surfacing in here either. You've got a little bit on the tops of the doors and a strip across the dash, and that's a good thing because they tend to get covered in fingerprints and we hate the way that looks. Aside from that, it's all quite elegant in here. Now obviously, this is a comfortable cabin as well, as we've said in the review, but storage is a critical element to any family SUV, and it's something that Honda invariably gets right. If you look at this center console, you've got a massive storage bin in here. This shelf is adjustable, moves backwards and forwards. It's also big enough for smartphones. You could fit a medium-sized handbag in there out of sight, so that's really helpful also. You've got useful cup, and they're almost bottle holders here. They will hold medium bottles, and then of course proper bottle holders in the door. Very, very smartly designed, and I just think the way that they've executed it in the cabin without it standing out is a really impressive feature. Of course it's comfortable. Up front you get heated seats, plenty of room in the second row for the kids, and then of course there's room for the luggage in the back area as well. So this really is a practical family SUV. The 7-inch screen does feel like it's a size too small compared to the best in segment, but what it lacks in size it makes up for in clarity and response. It's quick to respond to commands, worked faultlessly with Apple CarPlay on test, and is clear and visible in any light. The operating system is pretty simple too, making it easy to familiarise yourself with. Thankfully, Honda removed the weird haptic volume control for a much more traditional rocker switch, which works a hell of a lot better. You would expect the ride to be comfortable, and it is. The feeling of solidity inside the cabin translates to the way the CR-V rides and soaks up bumps when you're running around town. The chassis is never unsettled, it's never lacking in competence, and never uncomfortable. If you do take a nasty hit from a pothole or rut, the CR-V settles quickly and evenly, making for a comfortable family hauler. In many respects, it's absolutely no surprise whatsoever that this is a very impressive and accomplished medium SUV. We kind of expect that from Honda, regardless of what kind of vehicle it is that they've released. I think this is a particularly good offering in this segment. As I said in the review, I do think there are elements to it that feel like they're a little bit of the last generation, and that's inevitable through the life cycle of a vehicle. But if you tend to hold on to your cars for 5 to 7 years like the average Australian does, I think you should be looking at the new Honda CR-V because it's solid, it's refined, it's lovely to drive, and it's really well put together. Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Of course, hit like if you've enjoyed this video, click on subscribe, and as always, the full review for the 2021 Honda CR-V is at CarAdvice.com.